You got it. You got your phone back later and we talked and I told you how cute it was. Do you still listen to it? Do you still press play to hear the way my voice called you lovingly? How it sounded to hear me call you baby when you actually enjoyed it? When every word I spoke didn't sting you? I listened to your voicemails, the ones where you refer to me as love and baby and tell me how much you wish you could hear my voice. I listen to your words, but your words don't sting. You tell me I ripped your heart from your chest. Don't you know I'm evil? Don't you know I feel it? Don't you know I'm guilty? Don't you know I'm worthless? I am every bad word you have ever spoken of me. I am every mistake I have ever made. I am every horrid phrase you just can't seem to erase from your memory. I am everything you want me to be. Liar, evil, untrustworthy. Did I ever break your trust? I can't remember a time. Did you break mine? Yes, countless. I am crazy. I am evil. I am every joke you've made to your friends with me as the shallow punchline. I am pointless. Without you, I am nothing. Because with you, I was something. Have you ever felt worthless? No. Have you ever known you were worthless? Have you ever hated yourself so much you just wanted to kill it, but you feel like that's the easy way out, so you feel like you don't deserve peace, feel like you need to cut yourself just deep enough to feel the punishment you deserve, itch at every scab and every scar, just to watch it heal and do it again, because you deserve it, because you are worthless. If I could give all that love to you, if I could explain all my faults to you, and you promised you understood, just to kid about me being crazy, just to mock my illness. Crazy? Am I? Maybe. Or am I just really, really terrible? I deserve this, huh? I'm worthless. Oh! Oh! Christ. Anyways, this is another one. The lengths I would go to be everything you want are exponential. I would tear myself apart until it looked like I was made just for you. I'd wear lace on my chest and wear tape over my mouth if it meant you'd want to undress me. I don't care if it's just the underneath you want to see, because even if that's true, you at least want a part of me. Everything about me I love can be so easily forgotten if you simply decide that you do not like it. I want to be so effortlessly perfect, not in my eyes, but in yours. All I want is to be made for you. All I want is to be your dream girl. You could break every pinky promise and leave 1,000 times, but I'd still fight for you to stay until my voice falls dry, until every last breath is spent on a plea for you to just stay a little longer for me. This life is short, I know it. I've thought about ending it a few times, but you were always there for me, even when my blood ran dry. There is nothing more I want than for you to see me in your eyes as everything you are for me. I want to be so effortlessly perfect, not in my eyes, but in yours. All I want is to be made for you. All I want is to be your dream girl. Like, these are funny to me, because, like, I write them and I'm like, ah, and then I read them and I'm like, okay, you're over dramatic. The other one I wrote is in a notebook. Thanks. Is it in my backpack? Possibly. No, it's not. Of course it's not. So now we're gonna have to go on a hunt for my notebook. My notebook that is seemingly missing. The notebook that apparently doesn't exist any longer. Okay. Let's find it, shall we? Is my phone upside down? No. Does it feel upside down? Yeah, it does. Here's the thing. I don't know where it is, which is a big problem because that's where I write all of my things. We're going on a hunt. Yeah, like, I'll like, write, and then I'm like, oh, I hate myself. I'm the worst person alive. I deserve nothing but eternal punishment in the pits of hell. And then I like read it the next day and I'm like, okay, shut up. Like, I'll literally be like in the middle of a mental breakdown, like cursing my name, like being like, I don't deserve to live. And then I like am in the middle and I'm just like, you know what? This is a little much. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to tone it down. And like, that's just how my brain works. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you. Anyways, I found my notebook, so don't even fret. And if you listen to my podcast, which I doubt all of you on here do, I'm pretty sure I read this on my podcast. Okay. Alexa, level 3. Thank you, I appreciate the love. Anyways, let's find a good song to read this to. Ooh, it's already pulled up. And Duster is highlighted, so don't worry. Okay. Here we go. Let's go find it. Looks like it's somewhere in here. Here we go. This one is called Expect the Worst, but Hope for the Best. Life is unlivable because I already know what is going to happen. I am going to die. Everyone I love and fight so hard to protect are going to die, and I am going to watch. And that is inescapable, and there is absolutely nothing I can do to prevent it. Why do I grieve everything before it even happens? Because I was built on worst case scenario, and there is nothing I can do to change that either. It is over. It is lost time. It is gone. Everything erupted, and it is over now, but the solidified lava keeps our memories in place like painful statues. There is no rest for me because my brain focuses too much on what is going to happen and what already has. There is no rest. I am so tired. I want to sleep in a bed that doesn't exist anymore and be comforted by woods and flowers that have all turned and shed. This is how life will be forever because my brain simply works only in this way. There is no rest for me because there is too much at the end. Doctors think I want to die. Can't you see that's my biggest fear? Your God doesn't exist for me and your book is just a bunch of words. There is no safety or comfort in death. There is just pain for those that have been left and those who know they are going to leave. They say people who want to die are sick, so that means I'm well, I suppose. And at the end of this, there is nothing to feel but this unbeknownst sadness that everyone else can seemingly avoid but me. The mental stability of... I was gonna try to find something to compare it to, but am I okay? Yes, I'm like literally fine. Like I literally live like this every day. Like I am totally fine. I just like reading you guys what I write. Okay, now let's play some Duster. If it loads. I feel like I haven't been writing much. I don't know. I feel like...
Sit down beside me and stay a while. Let our hearts do their parts. With wide words.
Thank you.
Beneath the eyes. So the day never stops. 'Cause that's what I want. That's what we need. 'Cause that's what we want.
Oh.
'Cause that's what we need.
Alexa, shuffle Duster.
Playing songs by Duster from Spotify.
Alexa, next. Alexa, next. This one works. Thank you. Okay. Very often I find myself stuck in the middle of do not beg for Very often I find myself stuck in the middle of do not beg for what does not want to stay and feeling like if I do that they will think I have given up on them. I want the people close to me to know how I will wait forever to make sure they're okay, and I will always be right here. But who tells me when it's time to stop? Who tells me when enough is enough? When there's blood seeping from my wrists, when I cannot get out of bed, does my body get to tell me when enough has finally arrived? No, of course not. They have to tell me. They have to verbalize it. Just stop. Okay, I will. But what if they regret that later? What if I listen and lose them forever just because they said that one thing out of anger? No rest yet, just wait. Wait for what does not know if they want to stay.
It's a ghost town, dreaming in footprints. Can't leave a healthy well, so poison and escape.
Whoever just told me they liked my mind, that was the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life, and I screenshotted it. Here's the thing. I want to write a book, but I don't want anyone to read my writing unless it's me reading it. Like, I don't want people to read it and hear it in a voice that isn't mine. I want to not have that happen. I want to be the voice of the things I write, and I don't know how to make that a reality, so. Hi, Brooke. Make it a read aloud? I could think about that. Thank you. Alexa, next. Oh my god, wait. Were any of you on my live the last time I read things? Because if you were, then I won't read anything like this again, because I read it on my other live. But if you weren't there, then it doesn't matter. I can just read it to read it. Okay. Cool. Then I'll read them. Okay. Do we want to start with the heavy stuff, or do we want to start with the not so heavy stuff? Because, well, it's all kind of heavy, but some are extremely heavy and some are not. Also, trigger warning, sometimes I refer to self-harm in my poems, or like my writing pieces, and so if that kind of thing triggers you, obviously don't listen to it. I mean, I don't know. The only reason I don't normally mention it is because, I don't know, I feel like then it kind of like censors my, I don't know. Well, also I'm the one reading it, so I don't really think to say anything, but if that is something that triggers you. It's not mentioned in all of my poems or writing pieces, but it is mentioned in quite a few of them. Ow! This hurts so bad. Ow! Do you see it? The tip of it? It hurts like a bitch. I'm pretty sure it's infected. Hang on. Ow. Sorry, I literally just had to shove it up my nose. I am coming out. I think I'm filming it today. I just really have to be in the headspace for it. I feel like I've mentioned that. Alexa, next. Sorry. I just already hit next. I don't know what song that was, but it was by Duster. Alexa, next. Alexa, next. Alexa, next. Sorry, I have to find the perfect songs to read it to. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. I'm not gonna say what school I go to, like, online, because I already hate school because I feel unsafe, but, I live in Anne Arundel County. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Here's a heavy one. And this one definitely mentions suicide. So if that's something that doesn't sit right with you, just, don't listen to it. My eyelids feel heavy. I'm fingering the seams of the belt that rests in my palms, feeling the thread that holds it together, taking in the colors and the feel of it, and I think of you. Because that's what I always do. And wonder what you would do if you saw me like this. Probably scoop me up in your arms and cradle me until I told you I was okay again, and then you'd kiss me. And then you'd fuck me, and I'd forget what I was doing, how I'd gotten there, wearing nothing but a cloak of sweats and soaked past dignity. I let you fuck the sadness out of me, replace it with an orgasm and 12 cups of dopamine. I left, you know. And I've never been the leaver. You weren't disposable, you just turned my suicidal thoughts into cabin fever. Come here, baby, you need to get out of that house, come over. My safety blanket draped in blonde curls. So what is this now without you as my love? Me and a belt and the highest rod in my closet. No more baby, no more sex. Just me and a belt and my body 6 feet under encased in cement. I guess it's fine, I don't know how to deal with it either. That's what it's called. And that was written like, so I feel like whenever I read my things that I write, I have to preface the fact that, like, I feel like every single time I read, people just assume it's about, like, people they know in my life. It's usually not. I don't read things on the internet that are about Emily. I don't read things on the internet that are about any kind of friend that I've ever put online, because I just don't like people to know what I'm talking about. So if you ever hear something and you're like, oh, that's probably about her, it's not. I just wanted to preface that because I read something once and someone, like, DM'd her and, like, another one of my friends and was like, wow, you suck, can't believe you made Hadley feel like this. And I was really like, this is really awkward because they have no idea what you're talking about and it wasn't even about them in the first place. So if you're curious about that, yeah, it's not about anyone you know. So don't need to, like, no, it's not a made-up story. It is things that happen to me. It is my life, but it's parts of my life that you, like, don't experience, if that makes sense. Like, it's part of my personal life, like people I interact with, people I know, people I have relationships with, people I have friendships with that just aren't on the internet, you know. Anyway. I can understand why you spoke to her the way you did. Her eyes caught the sunshine, and her... Oh, fuck, I already messed it up. I can understand why you spoke to her the way you did. Her hair caught the sunshine, and her eyes the puddles that reflected it. Talking to her was light and harmless. Complimenting her was comforting but aimless. With me, there was history, and just too much pain. You needed distraction, just some kind of change. For me, you kept your eyes closed, only opening them to watch me break. The sound of your voice beside hers was enough to kill me, I think. That one's called I Understand, But I Cannot Forgive. I like this one better. Okay, I'm sorry, we're listening to it again. So what? You're punishing me like I'm a child again. I I make a mistake, so you make one right back. I watch how you pick your words, how you watch me stand there fighting against my every thought. You know I can't stand up for myself, you know I'll cave, so what is this? You broke my heart. I didn't eat for days. I didn't leave my room. You looked at me and spoke those words knowing I could be nothing but empathetic, knowing I would take the blame, twisting my mind until it can't be untied. You watched as I apologized, even though every time I did it I was replaying his hands gripping my waistband, getting on top of me as I slurred my words. You knew. I told you. You're really good at doing this, you know, taking someone else's trauma and making it your own. That one's called You Can Keep Telling Me But I Know. Thank you. I can't talk to you. I know that. So why does it hurt that you haven't texted or called? Your voice echoes in my ears. The feeling of your touch haunts my skin. I can't shake the thought that this will all be over soon, that we will always have been together, and it's going as well as it was in July, when we danced in the kitchen and kissed at midnight. The never-ending pain of heartbreak is something I thought I had experienced, but this is different. I don't even know how to explain it. The feeling of entrapment, the fact that photos and old messages don't hurt nearly as much as the thoughts spinning in my head, the inability to escape the hurt, the jail I've been locked in ever since I found out about her. That one doesn't even have a name. I do not live in New Jersey. Everybody used to think that I lived in New Jersey because I was there so much, but my ex-girlfriend lived in New Jersey. I didn't. I was just there all the time because I was always with her, so okay. This one's called I Wanted to Be Your Muse, and we will not be listening to this song in the background because I don't like the way it sounds with my voice put together. Okay. I stood there just behind you and just behind her, close enough to listen but too excluded to interject without a look of disgust. So it was never me, the girl you wanted to be with, your future wife and the mother of your children. I was just a shell of that woman, a bundle of broken that needed fixing, the beaten and the bruised, the spit on and abused. I was just a project, someone you could fix. It was never me you wanted someone to grow with. You loved my eyes and my big heart and my chest and my thighs, but for you my mind was too tightly knotted to be untied. Your hands grasped my wrists. The world caught a flame every time you touched my lips, but I was too difficult for you, too challenging for anyone to fix. You promised to build me, so I let you try, but you can't repair something you broke. I want you to find something and someone fixable, or someone who fits in your mold. I'm sorry it wasn't me. I'm so sorry the pieces of me that you couldn't fix were too strong to withhold. I wanted to be your muse. Yes, I can read it again. Where is it? Here we go. Here's the one in July that you asked for again. I can't talk to you, I know that. So why does it hurt that you haven't texted or called? Your voice echoes in my ears, the feeling of your touch haunts my skin. I can't shake the thought that this will all be over soon, that we have always been together and it's going as well as it was in July, when we danced in your kitchen and kissed at midnight. The never-ending pain of heartbreak is something I thought I had experienced, but this is different. I don't even know how to explain it. The feeling of entrapment, the fact that the photos and old messages don't hurt nearly as much as the thoughts spinning in my head, the inability to escape the hurt, the jail I've been locked in ever since I found out about her. And again, that one doesn't have a name. This isn't a playlist. I'm just playing my liked songs, and this is Constellations by Duster. Thank you. After he changed, I found even more comfort in your voice. Your embrace, a mother's love, truly magical, until it split into three. Just enough for her daughter, just enough for her son, and just as much as she can muster for the man who doesn't love her but the woman he wants her to become. I had just turned 10, then I had just turned 11 when you felt like my soulmate, when you felt like I'd been created just to be by your side. I was around 15 when you decided that I did not have all the love you need. You found it within this man. A man who breaks you into pieces and leaves me to pick them up. I wish you didn't need to love him. I wish you only needed your child to be in love. I stay in my room because I miss you. Thank you. Before doing something risky, I always ask, is it going to hurt? As if I have a low pain tolerance. As if I haven't been living in a chronic, mind-numbing pain for the past 6 years. As if I don't inflict it on myself. As if I don't need to see dribbles of red liquid to put my mind at ease. As if it doesn't comfort me. I always ask, is it going to hurt? As if anything ever could. That one's called Keeps Me Human. Anna's in here. Hey, oh, I love her. I saw this like heart Lego thing on my For You page, and I sent it to her so fast. I was literally like, oh my god, this reminds me so much of her. Christ. Anyways, I'm gonna read the one that I read earlier again because I feel like I have more people here, and this one's like sad, but it's okay. This song that's playing right now is Stars Will Fall by Duster. Okay, so this one is really sad, and if you weren't here before, I wrote this when I was like, God, I just want to literally just not like, okay, and I feel like I have to reiterate the fact that I do not want to kill myself. I don't want to kill myself. I'm fine. I'm not going to die. I'm not going, like, there's no intention of ending my life. That is not the case. I just live my life I punish myself, I guess. And in my mind, living is punishment, okay? Not that I would ever take my life regardless, but to me, I do little things throughout my days to make sure I know that, like, I only deserve so much. You know what I mean? Okay? Like, and yeah, I'm in therapy. Like, it's fine. Like, things will get better. They're just not there yet. Okay? Anyways. I still remember what it felt like to hear your voicemail for the first time. I was in front of my school before some football game, and you got in trouble and got your phone taken away, so I left you a voicemail. You got it back later when we talked, and I told you how cute it was. Do you listen to it? Do you still press play to hear the way my voice called you lovingly? How it sounded to hear me call you baby when you actually enjoyed it? When every word I spoke didn't sting you? I listen to your voicemails. The one where you refer to me as baby and love and tell me how much you wish you could hear my voice. I listen to your words, but they don't sting. You tell me I ripped your heart from your chest. Don't you know I'm evil? Don't you know I feel it? Don't you know I'm guilty? Don't you know I'm worthless? I am every bad word you've ever spoken of me. I am every mistake I have ever made. I am every horrid phrase you just can't seem to erase from memory. I am everything you want me to be. Liar, evil, untrustworthy. Did I ever break your trust? I can't remember a time. Did you break mine? Yes, countless. I am crazy. Sure, I'm evil. I am every joke you've made to your friends with me is the shallow punchline. I am pointless. Without you, I am nothing, because with you, I was something. Have you ever felt worthless? No. Have you ever known you were worthless? Have you ever hated yourself so much you just wanted to kill it, but you feel like that's the easy way out? Feel like you don't deserve to feel peace? Feel like you need to cut yourself deep enough to feel the punishment you deserve? Itch at every scab as every scar heals just to do it again? Because you deserve it. Because you are worthless. If I could give all that love to you, if I could explain all my faults to you and you promised you understood, just to kid about me being crazy, just to mock my illness crazy? Am I? Maybe. Or am I just really, really terrible? I deserve this. I'm worthless. That's a good one. That's a long one. But it's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Christ. Oh my. Thank you. Okay, this one's about my dad. So so buckle up. I don't like when people in songs talk, because I can only focus on one thing at once. So sorry if it seems like I'm playing the same songs over again. I just literally can't listen to them and like hear them talking at the same time. My brain, it doesn't work like that. Okay. As I grew up, my dad would tighten my ponytail before I cannonballed into the neighbor's swimming pool. He'd tell me how special I was after I came up for air. He would make me special lunches and play special movies because I deserved it, because I was worth it. I got less special because I was worth it. I got less special when I hit. Is it gonna start playing again, or am I gonna have to press play? It's okay. When I hit double digits. Instead of hugs, I got hit. Instead of special lunches, I got special punishment. I went from being beautiful to being a monster. From being special to being my mother's daughter. I look for the words in every man I meet, every boy who will give me compliments or hold me with beer on his breath. If only daddy knew, now I have to pay for compliments. I wish you knew what you've done to me. That one is what that is called. And I wrote that one in March. God! Now I'm gonna cry! I don't wanna do that. Okay. The feeling of the weight of the world on my shoulders used to power me. I took the universe and treated it like it was made just for me. And I would lay on my back in the grass, looking at the stars until my whole body itched. Christ! It betrayed me, time after time, and I kept going back. I kept falling into its warm embrace, kissing it on the cheek, snuggling into its neck for comfort, as it watched me be left. Like, I can't read these without literally wanting to, like, never read them ever again. Okay. The feeling of the weight of the world on my shoulders used to power me. I took the universe and treated it like it was made just for me, and I would lay on my back in the grass looking at the stars until my whole body itched. It betrayed me, time after time, and I kept going back. I kept falling into its warm embrace, kissing it on the cheek, snuggling into its neck for comfort, as it watched me be left. Watched as the blood dripped down my wrist, watched as I writhed in the pain that it caused me. Like an abusive lover, it hit me. Like a toxic relationship, betrayed me until there was no universe left, and it still makes me feel like I deserve it. That one's called finding comfort in things that were never there for me in the first place. And I think we need to take a pause. It's comedic, really. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, it was just, a moment of weakness. Happens to the best of us. Okay. This one's not as bad. I think I fall in love with my best friends. I study facial features, their love languages, the way they respond to different circumstances. I want to hold them and be attached to them at all times. I want to hug them and take care of them, and I want them to know that I am always here. I do not know how to separate platonic and romantic love, but does either exist without the other? Can I be in love with a friend? Can I be in love with all my friends? I get so excited to see them, feel electric when we touch. Is this a universal experience? Was I deprived of love as a child? Thank you. Was I deprived of touch as a child, of love? Why do I feel the need to throw myself into every person that offers me a safety net? That one's called I Want to Know What This Means, and it's not very good, but it's definitely there. I'm trying to think of more exciting things that I've written. If you haven't heard my nostalgia thing, I guess I could read that. That might be good. This is a tiny one that I guess I never finished. Searching for comfort in places that aren't your arms seemed to be so alien for so long. I fall asleep to the soundtrack of your beating heart as my head rests on your chest. I can't tell if it's because I'm codependent or because I can finally grieve you. Jesus Christ! You aren't allowed to text me in the middle of me reading these things. I can't do it. I can't. Jesus Christ. I got off of live. I paused it for a quick second, but then I realized that is not helpful because what I do is I show everyone on the internet all of my horrible situations and the way I feel, and it tends to make people feel better. So this is what it looks like. Okay? This is what it looks like. And it sucks, but I have bipolar disorder, so this will go away in like a couple days to a month. And then I'll be really happy again, so it's not a big deal. But this is what it looks like. And you know what? It's going to get better. Take your meds, drink water. The only reason I'm really bad right now is because I'm trying to find meds that work for me and don't make you feel like a zombie. So I'm literally raw dog in life right now. So we're not doing the best, but I mean, this is okay, and it is okay to feel like this, and it is good. It's a good thing. Maybe not a good thing. Don't like wallow in it. Don't find comfort in it. But it's not a bad. It's normal. You're not crazy. You're fine. You're the way you are because you are the way you are. There's nothing to compare it to. So don't waste your time doing that. Thanks. Okay, here we go. No, I'm sure things will get better. I'm sure they will. It's just taking a little while, but it's fine. I think, okay, here's the thing. I know this might sound, God Christ. Here's the thing. I think that in life, well, at least personally, I don't know if anyone is like me, but I think that a lot of us who have had it bad for quite a long time, especially since like we were younger, like are constantly fixated on the fact that like eventually we'll be repaid. Like eventually if I just stick around, things will get better and I'll get to like, I'll just like live in harmony for the rest of my life. But I honestly, here's the thing. I don't know, maybe I should make a podcast about this. I don't know if that's necessarily a thing. Like I don't, because I don't know, because I don't know if that's the thing. Like okay, here's the thing. To like reference, so, okay, I had a really, really like rough childhood from like 11 to like 18 high. It wasn't the best, you know what I mean? Like, it was rough, okay? Like, whatever. So, like, I feel like I was rewarded in between those times. Like, I feel like there have been little bits of, like, time where I have felt so good. And it wasn't, and I'm not talking about mania, I'm not talking about being manic, I'm talking about genuinely, like, I was in good places in my life, and I was like, I was given something, it got better. I was given something to be better. Like, that was it. And so I think which is going to happen forever is that I'm going to experience these little bits of goodness. But the only issue with that is that eventually they dissipate. So then you have to, like, grieve, mourn, get over that, which is unfortunate. But then it begs the question, like, isn't that just a whole part of the process? But then it also begs the question, like, doesn't that happen to everyone? So am I still going to get my harmonious, like, way of life at the end of this if everyone goes through this? So can I even really look at them as rewards or, like, things getting better, or is it just the way the life is? I don't know. I could just talk forever. Apparently I could just never stop. And, like, okay, I don't know how to put this. Like, another thing about like posting about mental health online, because I posted a video on my second account about how, like, mental illness is glamorized on TikTok, and about how, like, all of a sudden every single person is detrimentally ill. And I'm not invalidating anyone at all. If you are mentally ill, you are mentally ill. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you aren't. But I feel like right now, a lot of people are just, like, they're glamorizing it. They're being like, oh my God, like, I'm so manic. Oh my God, like, I'm like, I love being crazy. I'm so crazy. Like, when she's mood stabilizers crazy and not checks her Snapchat maps crazy. And here's the thing, that doesn't sit right with me for a multitude of reasons, but also the thing that comes with that is also, like, the need to, like, I don't know how to word this, to censor everything. And not, like, trigger warnings, because obviously trigger warnings are never necessary. I'm talking about, like censoring things. Like, because you're worried about how it's going to affect someone else, if that makes sense. Like, not talking outwardly about your inner experiences and about the way your brain works, because you're worried that if you talk about it, then it's going to negatively affect someone else. Which I don't think does anyone any justice at all. I think we need more people who literally just sit here and are like, oh my God, I literally, like, this is how I feel. Like, I feel worthless, I feel pointless, and I don't need you to tell me that I'm not. I just need you to know that I feel that way. And then other people, like, in, like, the comment section or in like, their messages or whatever, are just sitting there and they're like, damn, like, me too. And then, like, everyone is just kind of there and they're like, okay, I feel this way. And it's not to make you feel better. It's not to send you on some kind of journey to wellness, because that's not my responsibility. It's just to let you know, and obviously I can't do that. It's just to let you know that you aren't by yourself. And I think that is important. Because I don't even have the mental capacity to bring myself to wellness, so how am I going to give that to someone else? That's not my purpose. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to make you feel better, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say that. I'm genuinely just trying to make sure you know that you're not by yourself. Because I hate being alone. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate it. And I know a lot of times, even when you have a gajillion friends, it can feel so isolating. So isolating. You feel completely by yourself. You can be in a room full of 50 people and still feel like you don't belong there and feel like you're all alone. The point is, you're not. I'm not standing next to you, but literally, you're not the only one feeling that. And someone also commented on when I posted, like, they didn't know if this made them feel better or worse, because like they realized that they weren't the only one that felt that way, which I can also relate to that. And to that I said, and will say again, your individuality isn't gone just because we both feel similar ways. Because obviously we're strangers and we have no idea what each of us has gone through. So obviously, the fact that we both feel this way, yes, we have that in common, but how we got here is completely different. So your individuality is still there. Does that make sense? So find comfort in the fact that you are not abnormal. If that makes sense. You are one of many. But your experience and what you've had to go through to get here is heroic and admirable, and I'm proud of you, and it is yours. No one is taking that away from you. Just know that at the top, you're not alone, is the point of that. That was the point. I'd be a shitty therapist. I'm too empathetic to be a therapist. You can tell her. What do I want to be? I don't know. I have time. I feel like a lot of people are like really rushing me into it right now. Like, you need to like apply to colleges, you need to do this, you need to do that. But I know if I went to college, I would just party the whole time. I wouldn't actually do any schoolwork. And I have no idea what I want to do. So it feels pretty pointless to like apply to a state college just to go for the experience. Being tens of thousands of dollars in debt just to go to parties isn't really something that is on the top of my list, but I also grew up with a huge fear of debt, so obviously if you want to go to college just to party, go to college just to party, but that's not really something that I'm interested in. I would just want to move to New York. I want to take videos. I want to make little movies. I want to write, maybe be in a couple movies, little ones, not big ones. I'm not picky, but yeah, that's probably what I want to do. Can't really see myself doing anything else that's not behind or in front of a camera, so. Thank you. Hi, Jamie. Hi. I don't have a playlist. I just play my liked songs. Miss you too. Thank you. Yeah, so that's basically it. What's playing in the background? That's the thing, I don't know how to say it, but I'll show you. Right there, if you want to screenshot it, that's what I'm listening to. And that's what I listen to usually when I write, or when I'm having like mental breakdowns. I don't know why, but it helps. I really just like listening to the same songs over and over again. Sorry if you're sick of them, but can't do anything about it. What kind of stuff do I write? Sad stuff, but I write sad stuff because it makes it easier, you know? I can read this one. I think of you as I fall asleep, you know. No matter where I am or who I'm with, you're always the last thought on my mind. I spend time searching for the taste of your lips and others, but nothing will... Uh-oh. And I had 20% thing. I think of you as I fall asleep, you know. No matter where I am or who I'm with, you're always the last thought on my mind. I spent time searching for the taste of your lips and others, but nothing will ever come close to replicating what it felt like to be interlocked with you. I drove you away, I broke your heart, and nothing will ever be the same. But I'll wait forever to be different with you. And boy have I stayed true to that. Boy have I stayed true to that. Exactly. You get it. The girls and gays and guys and theys that get it, got it. And the ones that don't, don't. Oh, this is an interesting one. It's when I was in my angry phase. So I was in the phase of blaming this other person instead of blaming myself. Or maybe it was a little of both. And like some of these I'll write them and like they're like good, they're decent to me, they sound like they are written well, but I don't necessarily feel the emotion in them anymore. I mean like I don't necessarily agree with the way I was writing or feeling at that time. Because sometimes I feel a lot. Hence the mood stabilizers. If you told me to quit moving, I'd be still. If you told me to believe you, I would have and probably still will. If you showed up at my doorstep and took my hand in yours, all would be forgotten and that would be it, I'm sure. But I do not mean enough for you to put your keys in the ignition. I'm only worth a phone call under certain conditions, and I will never be the girl that you claim to love so much because that girl died when you told me you gave up. It's so difficult to get you off my mind. I wish I could replace you with somebody else. I wish our souls weren't tied. I wish this was your mistake and not mine. That was written on July 22nd. This song is Constellations by Duster, and my Spotify and all my playlists are under Hadley 10203. Really? Well, happy late birthday. That's when I was trying to name my dog. Oh my god, you know what I can read? My favorite thing to read. This is my favorite thing to read. Quite possibly my favorite thing I've ever written, even though it doesn't really make much sense. I wrote this to literally the person that is like, I don't know why, they are the anchor of my entire being, but for some reason they have become that. Trying to work out of that, but it's very difficult, okay? And I wrote this on May 28th, so like, I don't know. I don't know. I need to find a good song to read this in the back of. And I think I'm going to choose Stars Will Fall. I am going to choose Stars Will Fall. Okay. Okay, ready? But I don't want it to pause, so we're gonna plug this in. And you're gonna be on a slant. But everything is going to be okay. Okay, ready? Ready. Self-acceptance is hard. Growing up, I was never the type to try to fit in, ever. I used to put a bunch of random pieces together when my mom would let me pick out my outfits, and I made it a habit to talk about all the weird things I liked and owned. My whole life, I loved being different, so when I came out as gay, not many people were surprised at how quickly I took pride in it. My whole existence, the people I've been close to have said I remind them of summer and sunshine, oceans and sun. and sand and warmth, stuff like that. But October is my favorite month. It always meant autumn leaves, pumpkins, my birthday, Halloween, but in 2019, October became you, which made me love it more. You became October. Now, October, I got to have you every day for 465 days. You made life livable, lovable, and desirable. You made me want to be good and happy and the person I wanted to be. We didn't know it then, October, but you found 2020, I met some real friends. They were nice and funny and well off and straight, and I wanted to be just like them. I started to resent myself for not being able to talk about boys and which ones were cute. I started to resent you, October, for not being someone who slipped into conversation without people searching for what to say. I started to resent the fact that your name felt so good on my tongue until it came out and people had to search for what they thought were the right words. It wasn't their fault, it was my own. It was so frustrating to know what I felt for you and still have twinges of feeling like I was doing something wrong, that I wasn't how I was supposed to be. They never made me feel uncomfortable. I made myself feel out of place, so I tried to rewire it. I tried to tell myself I was capable, that I was normal. But how could I, someone who was so confident in who they were and so incredibly sure of who they loved, how could this be happening to me? I turned into all the girls in all the movies I'd made fun of when I was little, the girls that changed everything about themselves just to become someone who they thought they had to be. This ate me alive, October. It absolutely destroyed me until one day, that was it. I snapped. The years of hurt and pain, the months of guilt and self-unacceptance had finally gotten to be too much. The world turned black and red and swirly. I lost control of my words, my emotions. I tore you apart. I blew away your leaves, smashed all your pumpkins, ripped your costume, and turned off your porch light, and I don't remember a second of it. I quickly realized what I had done, not to the extent I needed to, but enough that I spent the next month in despair trying to get you back. It almost worked, but there was too much cold. The autumn in your eyes had frozen over and your heart was covered in snow, so you got me back. You took the sunshine out of me, the sun-kissed sand that was once warm, now cold, and the ocean started to drain. We tried so hard to make it fall again. Failed talking stages and trying to comfort each other with the memories or versions of ourselves that we knew we were growing out of. We just had to let nature run its course, so months went by, and you know October, it's spring now, almost summer. The warmth is beginning to thaw out all the ice and the heartbreak and the pain, and ironically, we both noticed the things we argued over seemed small and now somehow changed. We both grew into these beautiful people. October, you gave me a push when I needed it. It was so hard, but you threw me into a blizzard and I managed to find the warmth inside of me again to make it easier. I analyzed everything I'd ever done, everything I ever could have done better. I went back to the times when I had been beaten and bruised and kicked when I was down, and I rewrote my reactions. I started doing simple things at first, just for self-care. Like working out and having a 15-step skincare routine. I taught myself how to be happy alone, to rely on myself for my happiness and my light, and everything I sucked out of you, and through it all, from afar, I watched you grow into this beautiful, confident, delightful person all on your own. October, I don't know much, but there is something I do know. After all this time, I'm still so surrounded by you. You exist in everything I know and see, and you pop up everywhere, and to be fully truthful, October, I really do believe our souls are tied. The pull I feel towards you and all the love I have for you is indescribable, but I promise I'd search for the words forever if you'd let me. There is nothing anyone knows for sure, but if there was something I could, I promise. It would be that my heart beats for your cool air and your lightly fading tan. My mind soothes me to sleep with the chilly breeze of your autumn weather. I am the sun, yes, but October, you are the moon. I keep you warm and you keep me safe, always in a never-ending cycle with each other and never out of place. This was destined to happen, the earth-shattering heartbreak, the feeling that we would never be okay again. It was all meant to happen, because you cannot escape destiny, but I have a feeling it will always lead me to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and that's why I don't want to write a book. That's why I don't want to write a book. Because then no one is going to be able to hear me read it the way it's supposed to be read. Audiobook. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This song is Me and the Birds by Duster. Last edit was when? Thank you. So I think I don't know what this is, but I guess I could read it. Last edit was on October 10th, 2020, so over a year ago. So I guess I'll read it. Yes, I'll read it. Let's go to this album. Maybe this one. No, maybe this one. No, maybe this one. I don't know. I need the perfect song to read it to, and I just can't find it. What about this? I'm laying in my mosquito. Uh-oh. That was an accident. My perception of love is pointless and hopefully fucked up. My entire life until that exact moment was filled with ghost hunting in old barns with a familiar feeling, or making fairy houses and analyzing the movement of a stone placed inside to prove there was life. I guess you could say it started with the nightmares. Night after night, I'd be thrown up in my bed by horrible dreams of soldiers storming for the walls to kill my family, or my mother disappearing to leave me with just my father. As I had started to get older and continued to have these dreams, I would open my parents' door and crawl into their bed. My father would yell and get so upset, causing me to leech onto my mother as if she were my only source of safety. I began sleeping in my little brother's room. He had 2 twin beds, side by side, decked out in navy blue starred comforters and red pillows. My mom started sleeping with us soon after that, and then none of us slept there at all. I wish I could put into words how my childhood has affected me until now. I wish I could remember there more of the bad parts. I wish I had not convinced myself that they had never happened until they were willed out of my brain forever, but I have. I thought I would have the most incredible college essay. I thought my whole life worth of trauma and disappointment would at least amount to that. Yes, my father sucks. He's a deadbeat and he makes me feel like shit, but at least I'll have enough to fill 10 sheets of printer paper, right? I wish I could still see him as a hero. To see him as someone who just bought fun Dollar General store parties, but I don't get that anymore. I get my abuser, my manipulator, my hellraiser. I got to lend him $10 for spit tobacco and all my baby photos thrown into a government-owned dumpster. I wish I had more to give you. I wish I had 10,000 words or more to express how he made me feel. Absolutely worthless. He made me feel undeserving of life, unnecessary, unbearable to be around. I've imagined what I'd say if I met up with him again. Would I hug him? Would I cry? Would I just give a simple head nod or a, hey, how you been? I wish he would call me and ask me how school was going. I wish he knew what classes I was taking. Wish he knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, but he wants nothing to do with me and everything to do with him. He wants to be top dog. He wants to be wealthy. He wants to be reputable. He wants to be so highly decorated. He wants to be everything but what he is. I wish what he wanted to be. I wish he was what he wanted to be, what he's tried to convince himself he is, but he isn't, and he will never be anything but absent. Growing up, love was mutilated. Did my parents tell each other they loved each other when they hung up on the phone? Did they wish each other a safe drive before heading out of the house? Or was it always just working around and against each other? Was it always just another day in the same sad and sorry life? What would I know? All I have are videos of me chirping away about how amazing he was. He was my hero. And now all he is missing. Nostalgia is a motherfucker. All I remember from my early childhood is the good stuff, and then occasionally I'll get a vision of what makes me silent for hours on end, which leads me to believe maybe it was all good stuff, until I recall doors being slammed and yelled whispers in fear that I'd come awake. After they got divorced, I'm assuming I just became a slighter, smaller, slightly blonder, slightly younger version of my mother. In his eyes, at least. I didn't even remember writing that. That's pretty good. No, I don't. Thank you. Please tell me you have an endless supply of written stuff. Here's me searching. I think I do. How do I make something I need to just make a playlist of all of these songs, so I stop. God damn it, I accidentally zoomed in and now it won't zoom out again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm finally out of stuff to read. But if you guys really want me to to read to really do something, I can. Thank you for listening. Thank you. I think this is a good little talk. I love you all very much. Please go follow this account. So you can actually see me post. I love you all.